Hello my loves, welcome back to my channel. I just moved into my college dorm for my sophomore year of college and I could only bring like the basics as far as stationery goes because I don't have as much room in here to fit stuff, and I also have to leave stuff at home for my sister. So basically what I brought was my bullet journal essentials, and I want to take you guys through what they are. Hopefully knowing the basic essentials that I personally use will help you if you're wanting to start bullet journaling, just to know exactly what you need and nothing more. So let's get into how I organize my stationery and what I brought to my college dorm. So the main place that I house all of my stationery is the art cart that I built last year. If you didn't see it, I did make an organizing my stationery video last year, and honestly my setup is quite similar this year. It's just downsized a little bit. I decided to take a little less. I will link that video down below if you're interested in watching it, because it was fun to like see how I built everything and went shopping for like the tubs and stuff, but I basically just used the same stuff this year. So in the back we have 3 different compartments of pens. It's kind of hard to see, but the left one has all of the neutral colors. The middle one has all of the warm tones like oranges and pinks and reds, and then the one on the right has all of the bluey, purpley, cool toned colors. Now these are all of my water-based markers only. I keep my alcohol markers somewhere else, but basically all the ones that I brought are the Tombow dual brush pens. These are the ones with a brush nib on one end and a fine tipped on the other end. So these are nice because I can use obviously both the brush pen for coloring and for calligraphy, and then I can use the fine nib for also fine line writing, line art, things like that. So they have a lot of versatility to them. I've been using these pens for about 4 or 5 years now, so a lot of these pens are like old. You can tell that like some of them have like little bits rubbed off and stuff, so they're not in the best condition. I need to honestly go out and get more of these markers because a lot of them are in not great condition, but I left all my other markers mostly at the house, which is why the collection looks a little small, a little empty, but I might, continue to fill it as the year goes on. The other type of marker in here that I brought are the Crayola Colors of the World markers. This is just one end. It's the normal Crayola marker end. It's not flexible or anything. It's just a normal elementary school level marker. However, I brought just a couple of these in, different shades of neutral colors because I use these a lot for drawing, number one, skin tones, because I do a lot of portrait drawings, but also because I use a lot of beige and brown in my bullet journal spreads. It's just some of my favorite colors. So I wanted to have these because the Crayola markers have the best shades of brown in my opinion. They're just so good. So I just brought a couple of those as well, and that is also in the neutrals container. Now on the front right side of the art card, I also have another section of pens here. These are just my essentials, like black pens. So first, I have my Pilot G2 pens in size 05. These are the pens that I use for actually writing in my bullet journal and also for taking notes in class, things like that. So I have a bunch of those in here. I also have some Sakura Pigma Micron pens. This is the size 01, so it's the thinnest one I have. I also have an 03 and an 05 in here, but I use these a lot for fine lining in my bullet journal because these don't smear because they're not gel pens, whereas this one is a gel pen. This section also has Tombow Fudenosuke pen. So this is the soft tip. This is their calligraphy pen. As you can see, the nib on this is pretty pointy. It's a brush pen nib, very flexible. I also have the hard tipped one in here, very, very similar. I also have a plain Sharpie in here. This one is less a bullet journal essential for me and more of just a normal essential for like labeling things or whatever you need Sharpies for. Then I have a couple white gel pens. So this is a Sakura Jelly Roll. It's just a plain white gel pen, roll on, things like that. This one will smear a lot because it is a gel pen, so you have to be careful with one like this, but this one's very opaque, one of my favorite white gel pens out there. I also brought my Uniball Signo white gel pen because this one is also incredibly opaque. This one's a little thinner in the nib than the other one, but incredibly similar. I just brought 2 just in case if I lost one, I have the other one with me. And then last but certainly not least, I brought this regular mechanical pencil. It's the Graph Gear 500, also by Pentel, and it has really, really fine lead. It's the size 05 lead, and it's my favorite because I like really fine detailed pencil writing. So that's what's in this big container. Down here, I have swatches that I just did literally like the second day I moved in. These are all of my alcohol marker swatches, but I'll show you my alcohol markers in just a few minutes. Down here, I also have my office binder clips. These ones I use less for actual like binder clipping, I guess. I use this for my bullet journal videos because I want to hold the journal open. So I have a whole tub of them. Not really an essential if you don't film content, but for me it definitely is. Also tucked in here, I have just a simple high polymer eraser. This one I use a lot, obviously, whenever I'm using pencil and I need to erase a pencil sketch. I also have this fun date stamp in here. I barely even use this anymore, but it's super fun. And it's a stamp that like spins. Is it upside down? There it is. The stamp like spins and you can change the months and the dates. Obviously the last time I used this was in June, so it's been a hot second. It's currently the 2nd day of September, so let me move it there. But yeah, all I need to do is, you know, stamp this on something and I can put it directly into my journal spreads and just have a cute little date stamp on it. Over here I also have just random post-it notes, sticky notes. And then in this box, which is actually a box of washi tapes from Notebook Therapy from years ago, but I don't actually use it for washi tapes. I use it for my phone memo printer. So this is a thermal printer that I Bluetooth to my phone, but it just happened to fit perfectly in this beautiful box. So I keep it in here because the box is pretty to look at. Moving over to the other side of the front art cart, this other section here just holds a couple of random things. These are some pens that I just got from T. Fossey, the soft color dot pens, and they're really fun because one end is a dot nib, so you can like make fun like polka dots with this one, but the other end is a normal fine liner. And I love the thickness of these. It's 0.7, so a little thicker than a 0.5 fine liner, but not too bulky. They come in a lot of fun colors. I only have some in here because the rest of them are in my backpack, but these I love using for my school notes. Also in here, I have just a random pair of dainty little scissors. I think I got these from, was it Stationery Pal, like years ago? Very little, very not functional because they're so little, but they're also beautiful. So like fun desk accessories if I really wanted to, but I can use these for scissors. I just usually have my bigger pair that I use instead. Also on this side is an ink pad, really boring, like $3 ink pad from Walmart, but I have it for my alphabet stamps. This is a set that I've had for years and years and years. It's a box of alphabet stamps, so you open it and you have, of course, the uppercase and lowercase letters, and then there's also numbers and some punctuation. I use this in my bullet journal, but not as often as I'd like to. I need to use it more often because they're just so cool to add something new to a spread. It's a little bit of like Tetris, trying to get everything to fit in this card. But the last thing on the back is just a very boring Elmer's glue stick, just in case. Moving down to the second tier of my art cart, I have this art cart keeps shaking. I don't know why. Maybe I like didn't screw on one of the wheels right, and that's the issue. I feel like I wasn't doing this before, but like now, of course, when I'm filming, it like wants to shake. Anyway, but this box in here has all of the washi tapes that I brought to college with me, plus this random pair of scissors that, like I said, I use this one more often because it's like bigger than the other one, so much more functional. I brought less washi tapes than last year. I was watching my video from last year and I had all of my washi tapes like lined up in like 3 different rows. Now there's so few that like if I line them up, it only take up half of the box, which is why they're just like randomly piled in here instead. But what is in my washi tape essentials? Number one, this beige grid I use literally all the time. It fits with every single theme that I do because I do so many warm toned brown and beige themes, so this one had to come. This green is very similar in that it also fits with every single theme I do. Continuing the theme, I have a black, cream, and white grid. Again, fits with every single theme that I do. I also have a couple of these dot washi tapes, so it's actually like stickers that you peel off, but they're in the shape of washi tape to keep them stored easier. I have that one in brown and in blue. I also have some fun ones, like this maroon one with gold detailing is super beautiful. This beige one with flowers I could use, again, in so many themes. It's about like finding the stuff that I know I will use and not the niche stuff that would only work with like every now and then themes. This isn't really a washi tape, it's just a roll of like sticky paper, but it has like these words on them that are really fun to scrapbook with, and that's basically it. There is also in here my label maker, so I basically put this like black paper roll into the side of this, and then you can like squeeze it and it will like stamp out the letters on the roll. It makes really cool labels that I can put in my bullet journal, and that's basically all that's over here. Coming over to the other side, this is where I keep all of my stickers and ephemera. So on the side here in between, I have a bunch of sticker sheets from Sticker Pal that I just recently got from them, but they're too long to fit in these boxes, which is why they're just tucked in on the side right here. Front bag has a bunch of just little plastic bags that I can use for random things. I also have a bunch of stationery in the front here from Hubman and Chub Girl. These are all of the stickers that I used for my September bullet journal theme, so I wanted quick access to them, which is why I kept them out of these boxes and just in front. These things keep falling, but I have a bunch of envelopes in here. These are also just, you know, random cards that I can fill for birthdays if I didn't want to like make my own cards, and stamps. Now, these boxes is basically where all the magic is. This is all of my stickers, random paper, and ephemera collections. Now, I'm not going to go into depth with this stuff because it would take literal hours, but if you want a complete sticker tour or ephemera tour, I can make that video, so let me know down below. This first box has doilies in it, along with just random pads of paper that I can peel out and use for bullet journaling. There's also some old stickers in the way back here that I used to sell on my Etsy shop, but I just have leftovers of now that I can use whenever I want. The next box box has my stamps. So these are butterfly and Paris stamps. They're kind of hard to see, but basically I can stamp them or use markers to color them. Under here I also have a bunch of washi tape swatches that I used to get while pen paling, and that's basically all that's in here, honestly. It's a pretty empty box. And this one is where I have my large packs of ephemera. So this is a pack that's completely full of pink and flowery pieces, and then this is a pack that's similar, but it's full of like orange, brown, autumn pieces of, you know, random stickers and things like that. This is a pack of like paper and music and just random papers to like tear out and put in your bullet journal. And then below it is just random bits and bobs of ephemera. Things like this that I just, you know, keep separately that I can use for collages, bullet journal spreads, you know, random things that I can use for ephemera. Lots of messy stickers in here, which I like to keep them in a box and keep them contained. This one is like my leftover papers box. So I have a bunch of random papers again. This you can like tear out little sayings out of. Down here there's like little calendar pieces, to-do list things. And then there's also things that I like printed out for old bullet journal themes. So like these butterflies I used in April, but I had leftover ones, so I just keep them in here, and I can use them in future themes. And then the one in the way back is my sticker collection. So these are all of the sticker sheets that I own. Some ones from Sticky, ones from different local shops, ones people have sent me. Grabby is in here, Stationery Pal, Etsy shops, things like that. Just random sticker sheets all in here. It'd be kind of more ideal to store them in a sticker book so I could like flip through and see all of the designs, but for storage reasons and space reasons, I keep them in this box in here. And the bottom tier is just for my food and snacks. So there's nothing much at the bottom tier of this art cart. It's just the top two that I use for stationery. Okay, so next is the bookshelf that's like under my bed, and I don't want it to stay here too long because the lighting is kind of funky down here. It's a little shadowy, but on the left is where I keep all of my old bullet journals. So I have, well, first my Bible and just a reading devotional book, but then next to it I have my church bullet journal that I just recently started. Next to that I have my black paper sketchbook. I don't actually draw in this, but I pull pieces out of this because the pages are perforated so I can put black paper in my bullet journals. And then these are all my bullet journals. So 2020, 21, 22, 23, and then this was the first journal of 2024. My actual journal that I'm using right now, my blue one, is on my desk because I use it every day, but all my old ones are stored down here. You may remember that last year I had many more journals down this bookshelf because I had a lot of other journals. Some brands sent me some, I brought some other books and things like that, but I just ended up not needing them, honestly. So I only brought the essentials, and that's just my current bullet journals and then these two. Next to this, I have a bunch of annotating tabs in like some really ugly Ziploc bag. I've been doing annotating a lot more for reading. I could use these in stationery like spreads, hypothetically, but I mostly just use this for books. And then moving to the right, my piece de resistance, it is my Ohuhu bamboo shelf that organizes all of my alcohol markers. This I had at my desk at home. I got this over the summer, but I didn't have it here last year. So nice to have all of my markers on display. Now I'm gonna be so for real, this is not all of my alcohol markers, okay? These are all Ohuhu markers. I have more Ohuhu markers that I left at home. I also have some Sanjoki alcohol markers that I left at home. I have a very large collection of alcohol markers because brands send me them. So I'm very appreciative to these brands for sending me my stationery. But I basically went through at my house and took some from each Ohuhu set, because I think I have like 4 Ohuhu sets now. So I have some of their older ones that are like oval shaped caps, which is why you know that they're the older ones. I also have some triangle ones, which is how you know they're the newer ones because it is in the shape of a triangle. These ones also have a fine nib and a broad nib, same as the oval ones. And then I also have some in here, let's find one, from the skin tone pack. So these have the round ends and it's a mix between broad and a brush nib instead. My favorite combinations are either broad and brush or fine and brush. I just need a brush nib on my alcohol markers if possible. And then lastly, I also have some from their pastel set. This is the most recent one that I got. They also have round caps, which is my personal favorite. It's just the most comfortable to hold. And these are also broad and brush. Like I showed you a minute ago, I do have swatches for all of these markers. And I did this specifically because since there are so many like different packs mixed in here, I didn't want to bring all of the swatches that came with the individual packs because I don't have all of the markers from all of those, but I also have like some from each. So I made my own little swatch sheets that only have the markers here that I like combined from different sets. And that's why it's personalized and kind of ghetto, but like it works, okay? I can see all the markers and that's what's most important. The last bit of stationery that I have in my dorm room is basically just stored in the second drawer of my desk. The top one has just my normal personal essentials and the bottom one has filming equipment, but in the middle one I have my Prismacolor set of colored pencils. There are 36 in here. It's nice because they're like stored in 3 different layers of colors, so you can like take off the different layers and there's more pencils underneath. Great for storage. I love these pencils. I don't use them too often, but they're very soft and easy to work with. So although Prismacolors are more on the expensive side of colored pencils, if you are really into art and you want to invest a little bit, these have lasted me years. They're so easy to blend and they're really beautiful. Below them, I also have my watercolor set. This one is from Mei Lang. So I don't know how many colors there are. There are a lot of them in here, but I also don't watercolor very often either. And what's really unfortunate is I recently broke the pen on accident. I don't even know how I did this. This is like a watercolor pen. So you can like put water in the bottom part and then paint with the top, but it snapped. So I'm gonna have to get like an actual brush or another one of these, but nonetheless, the paints are really nice. They're dark here, obviously, because it's watercolor, but like they lighten up whenever you use them. In here, I've also tucked away my sketchbook. This is my Hoo-Hoo sketchbook that I've been using since December of 2023. It's definitely not all the way full. I've gotten around like half of these pages are full, but I also use it a lot for like swatching colors for my bullet journal, so it's not all art in here. It's just like random papers as well. Below this, I have a pack of A4 cardstock, which is pretty like long cardstock that I can use if I needed it. I also have my favorite sticker paper. This is the online label sticker paper. I have an entire pack in here because I use this stuff all the time and I had to keep it with me, obviously. And then my friend gave me a fun going away poster. She was so nice. And here I also have my Hoo-Hoo bags that I use for transporting stationery, but they're empty right now. And then this is a bag that I use for all of my cords and hard drives and things in here. This bag is from Brevity, and yeah, that's all that's in here. And that, my friends, is all of my stationery. A quick video today, but I hope you enjoyed and got some inspiration. Let me know in the comments down below what your personal bullet journal essential is. If you could only pick like 3 things, what would they be to journal with? As always, subscribe to my channel. I post a new bullet journaling video every single Saturday. And if you want to watch a new video, check out this video here on the screen. This was my September bullet journal plan with me that I posted last week. It was crazy, a hectic time. I had to film the video twice, but it was a good turnout. So I hope you enjoy this video and I will see you next Saturday for a new one. Goodbye.